Okay, so today's question was, how hard do you have to press for leaving a mark on your material? Answer is not very hard, because when you end up pressing hard, what actually happens is the pencil, if I can see this, the pencil lead itself will actually indent into the material. So if this is my mark here, what I'd have to then do is I could either try erasing that, which again, that's why we use pencil instead of pen. You can see that as I'm erasing it, it's still there. So now I have to go back and I have to sand that off. So when you guys start dealing with laying out your designs and everything, your marks for where your cuts and your miters are going to go, just remember that light marks, okay? So making light pencil marks, that's all you need. You don't need to push hard. You're not there to actually indenting the wood. What you want to do is you're just there so that you can see where your mark needs to be. That way, in case you make a mark, you can erase it, and it's a lot easier to sand off. So eventually you will need to sand that off, but always make your pencil marks, especially like when you're dealing with your design, do your design on a piece of paper first. Instead of drawing it on the actual stuff and having a bunch of mistakes all over the place and trying to get it right in your curves, if you want curves or anything, do it on a piece of paper, and that's going to be later on. When you guys are cutting your miters, some of you guys are cutting your miters first, or actually cutting your rabbets. So if you've cut your leg with a rabbet on there, okay? So here if I have my leg. What you want to do when cutting your rabbets to try and get this groove on the inside running along the edge is you want to make sure that the place where it's taking out the material is your board is facing down, so your inside face is going to be facing the table, and your best edge is going to be facing the table fence. So when I cut this piece here, in order to get this rabbet running along the edge, I place this inside face down towards the table and my top edge towards the fence. So when I actually ran this through before it was assembled, I ran it through this direction, okay? So I want to make sure that my clean side, or my best looking face, is facing up on the table. My best edge is facing towards the fence. And again, when I cut these, I want to cut all four of them at the same time so that I have the same thickness. So if I did make a mistake setting it up at all, it's going to be the same on all my pieces. When you guys, if you cut your miters before this, what you're going to want to do is, again, just make sure that that angle, the top side faces up.
Veronica Haynes to the office. Thank you.
One other thing, that when you guys are setting up the blade for the miter guide, the height of the blade is going to be this measurement. So from the face to the middle of the edge, that's your height of your blade. The width of the blade is going to be from the outside edge of the blade to the inside of the fence. So you guys can't really see it, but the width, how much blade is exposed, is going to be this distance here, basically my height, and then the height of my blade is going to be the depth of the cut. So this, imagine again that this is how it's going to be sent through. So I'm going to have the height of my blade be from face to the middle, and then how much blade is exposed is going to be from the outside of the blade to the fence.